I tagged her. Hey,
Hi, can you see me?
I can. Can you see
All
me?
right. Yes,
Awesome. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm just, wrapping up everything from coming back from vacation, so that's always fun.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're not busy or anything,
No,
right? So
not
this,
at all.
this is Jessica Starr.
Nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm so excited to chat with you today. So tell us where you're located, what market do you service, and tell us a little bit about Jessica.
So I actually service Connecticut, and oh, is that better, Jenny? Can you see me better now, so you can see my full face?
Yes, we need to see.
Um, So I actually service Connecticut and Lower Massachusetts, and we run one of the top teams here. Been in business for about 14 years. I am a single income family. I am still married to my high school sweetheart, and we have kids that are 12, 10, 6, and 4. So yeah, they
Look
keep us
busy.
busy.
Love that.
Yeah, but we love Connecticut. We're happy to help your referrals.
Absolutely. Yes, yes. So how big is the team?
We have 14 members of the team, 4 admin, and we cover various territories throughout the state, which is great,
Yeah.
and really try to maximize the leverage so that our team, we have a bunch of working moms, and we're right now a very powerful group of ladies. So we have a couple admin that are guys, and other than that, it's all girls. So
Awesome.
it's a lot of fun.
Love that.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So, okay, I know you probably just said it, but I want to recap. So, how long have you been in real estate?
About 14, 15 years.
Okay. And so, tell me how you got in the business.
Oh, that's an interesting story. So my husband and I, a month before our wedding, I got laid off. I did internet startup company. I did sales and marketing, and it was after September 11th, so they laid me off.
Nice.
And 2 weeks later, yeah, it's really great. And I had just paid for our honeymoon.
Oh,
I'm taking a vacation. We were high school sweethearts. I paid for that. They laid me off the next day, so that was great. And then 2 weeks later, my husband got laid off. He was an apprentice, and the last one in, they had laid off a journeyman, and it's a ratio.
oh yeah.
So he got laid off. So I decided to say, hey, you know what? Nobody's going to tell me how much money I'm going to make again.
Right.
We're going to go back to school full time, and we're going to pay for it this year, and that's just what's going to happen. So I got my real estate license. I
Yeah.
was 23.
Good girl. And
Yeah.
when was your first hire?
My first, so again, my stories. So my first hire, really, we had switched to Keller Williams. I had been in the business for about 7+ years. Switched to Keller Williams from Prudential, and found out about 6 months later I was pregnant with my daughter, our third. And the day after, my husband had an accident at work, and he fell 16 feet out of a firehouse ceiling and broke his back, and was out of work for a year. So Mama Bear came out, and I got super, super busy. And by September that year, I hired my first assistant buyer's agent.
Okay. So after 7 years in the business, and then
Yep.
obviously you had some growth happen in your life that kicked you
Yeah.
in gear a little bit, and then you made a hire.
Right.
And then what did that hire do for your business?
Oh, it was amazing. Well, one of the reasons I switched to KW, first of all, was because I was the mom that was running all over the place. I was always on my phone. I wasn't present when I was present.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was at Prudential, I started losing friends, and I started missing events with my kids. And I looked around at the makeup of that office. It was a lot of people that didn't have the greatest relationships, or they didn't have great relationships with friends and family. And I didn't want to be that person, so I switched.
Yeah.
And that switch made me master my schedule. So time blocking was what KW showed me. That was huge.
Yeah.
And then it was, I mean, it just had gone up from there. So the increase in business that first year, I did about 40, 45 units and 5.6 million. Remember, this was, I don't know, 8 years ago now. But 5.6 million in business when I left Prudential. That first year alone, my business went up 114%.
Good girl.
And that's the year my husband had his accident. That's the year I formed my team. And it's been going up ever since.
Yeah. So you made a switch, which made you have a switch in mindset. Also, it changed your mindset completely.
Right.
You started viewing your real estate as a business.
Yes.
Essentially. And then started putting yourself on the schedule like a business. And
Correct.
then you created leverage, which then allowed you to be more productive, which then changed your numbers.
Changed my numbers and changed my life. I have never missed a birthday party, and I've never missed a baseball game since switching to Keller Williams. And that means more to me than the numbers I've hit.
Absolutely.
So it's amazing. We keep a standing date night every 2 weeks, my husband and I. And we know how to leverage things at home as well as at work. So, I have somebody come clean my house because I said, I'm always one of those people that it's a give and take. So if you want to have somebody come clean and you don't have the money, cancel cable. Read more books.
Well, you have to prioritize. It's about perspective.
Right. It's huge. So those are the things that have changed for me the most, I would say. We have somebody come clean our house on Fridays so that when I come home, I can have company and feel like, yeah, we live like this normally.
Right. So so your first year at Keller Williams, you increased your business by 110% or 115%?
114.
114.
Yep.
And you also made your first hire.
Yep.
And when take me through the business. When was the next hire? How did the team grow and expand?
So I trial and error on some assistants, and I had not taken career visioning, or AKA RSTLM back then. So I took it 3 or 4 times that year. And then I started hiring based on that system. And I hired a virtual assistant probably, I would say within the next 6 months plus. And it was basically about 6 to 9 months that year that stuff started to grow. I had hired an additional buyer's agent, a transaction coordinator, and a virtual assistant.
I was wanting to add that piece in. That transaction coordinator is so great. Does your market center have a transaction coordinator on staff, or do they have them where you can hire them out?
So we have twofold. We have one on staff that we can use through the market center if we want. Right. I used to have one that I paid $40,000 to be my assistant. I like to pay nicely because I want people to stay.
Okay.
Yeah. So I wouldn't suggest that necessarily, but they were great at the time, and it was my mom. So
okay, there's a big that's a catch there.
Yeah.
Well, it's your mom. It's a little different there, Jessica.
Right. But when she left, I hired another person for that same amount, and she didn't work out. So what ended up happening, though, was a blessing. All these things ended up being blessings in disguise. I was so stressed. She quit the day before we went to Disney, which was a nightmare. Mm-hmm. And it ended up being a blessing in disguise because there was another gal in the office who was a full-time agent. She was an appraiser too. She was awesome. Yeah. She decided to open up her own company in order to be a transaction coordinator. And so we hired her and saved $18,000 a year based on the production we were doing.
So she opened her own transaction company?
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah, great, right? So for somebody trying to think of another thing outside of the box, you could be a listing coordinator per diem,
right?
Or per sale, we should say.
Right.
And same thing with transactions. So we have been actually using her ever since because she's just really outstanding and she gives us a break. So we pay a really nice price to her because she gets quite a volume of business.
Right. Because that's what I did. Before I hired an admin, I leveraged just my transactions and I leveraged all the paperwork off of my plate. So that be more productive before I got a full-time admin. And so, a little bit of a difference there. So, okay. So the team got built. And then what was your biggest jump per se? Like, was it getting that first admin and then, or was it getting the buyer's agent, or Where was the biggest growth?
So I think some of the biggest growth for me, well, first buyer's agent was key because buyers, as we all know, can run us around a lot. And I found that would take up so much of my time that I literally wouldn't be able to make events again for the kids and that kind of thing. And I wasn't willing to do that. So that first buyer's agent was key. And then I think my next key hire, honestly, my listing coordinator was outstanding. And the reason being, I kind of feel spoiled rotten. When I go on an appointment, I will email her. She'll send our pre-marketing before we even get there. I walk out the door. She gives me the file with all the comps and everything. I drop it on her desk and they just do it. And then I call them when I have to negotiate.
So what I'm hearing is you can't imagine not having any piece of your team anymore.
Right. Now I'm a big baby. So yes, it's amazing to have them and to know that they have my back. And here's a great example, Claire. As you know, I was in Disney last week because we're Disney crazy. And they know that I'm a monster and I love to work. So what happens when I go away now, they literally change all the passwords on everything for me. My email, anything I can get my hands into, Slack. They offered to do it on Facebook. I just happened to change it before they got to it.
Wow.
So it's great. And
then
then
they force you to detach.
Yes, they do. And then I decided to forward my phone for the first time ever. So for a week I got calls.
I don't know that I would know.
No!
I don't know what life is like without that. Yeah, that's a great team that really does have all of you. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So, and that's what we want to do for everybody on our team too, so that they can actually enjoy themselves, have a vacation. The worst is you're not present when you're doing that. You're on the phone, you're texting, you're Facebooking, you're on email, and we could work 24 hours a day. And I do work a lot of hours a day. So
yeah,
know that, and you need to power down.
Well, it goes back to your priorities. You know, we're a company of God, family, business, and last I checked, God was first, family was second, and business was third. So are you going to prioritize that, and is it in your schedule? And then how are you going to? We participate everywhere. How we participate here. So, you know, how are you incorporating that with your family as well? So that's all. How? Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah. It was. I feel so refreshed.
Yes. Yes, you truly had a vacation.
Yes, it's amazing.
So tell us about the family. You have 4 children, and then you mentioned that your husband is a stay-at-home dad.
He's a stay-at-home dad now. He's like Mr. Mom. He is the best. My kids love having him home. I love knowing that he's home and safe and I can protect them. After having an accident, that honestly, I would do pretty much anything to make sure that happens.
Right.
So,
well, and I think the question that's going to come up is he okay?
He's okay. Yep. So he's healed. He could go back to work if we wanted him to. But one of the greatest things that actually happened to me, and this is all about knowing your numbers to everybody watching, they cleared him to go back to work in July a couple years ago. And he's the guy, so he wants to protect us and take care of us and everything else. And I looked at him and I said, babe, do you want to go back to work? He said, you know, I do, but I don't know that I want to go there. They didn't take care of me. There was the reason that the accident happened was they had cheaped out on ordering a scissor lift. So ladder and scaffolding came down on him. So I said to him, all right, so I'm going to ask you this once. Tell me the answer you want to say, not what you think I want to hear. Do you want to stay home with the kids? And I had been with the first 2 and done real estate. And, you know, I don't know, that kind of wasn't the norm here. And obviously very different, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So he goes, with insurance and everything else, we can't do it. We can't do it. And I said, well, how do you know we can't do it? He goes, he made, I don't know, $85,000, which is a pretty good salary. And I said, I know. And he goes, well, what are you making? And what's happening? And I hadn't known my numbers. I didn't know what was going on. And I had taken Bold again. I've taken it 12 times. And I decided to look at my numbers for the month of July. And so tears filled my eyes when I responded to him. And I said, hun, you can stay home. He said, why? I said, because I'm making $100,000 this month. And yes, it was so amazing.
I know. Yeah.
So
that same experience in a bold. Yes, I had $100,000 month, and there is nothing like it. It'll fuel your fire, honey.
Right.
Yeah.
So then I could take care of him. I could take care of them, and it was just such a relief. The company is just outstanding for that reason, because they make you really look at those things. So you can bet your butt that I've never not known what I'm making in a month from here on out. But
absolutely. And Jessica, are you in mastery coaching?
I am.
Yeah. And so you know what? I love the fact that when you're in mastery coaching, you have those 4 conversations. And so constantly you see your numbers. And so you know what's coming up. And so with me, just a mom, not just, with me as a mom of 2 kids and a single income, I know what's coming up. I know what's coming in. And so it diffuses all the anxiety of future pacing my income, basically. Yep. And so,
I think that's the biggest mistake they make, not being able to future pace what their income will be, not saving enough because they aren't taught the things that you need to do in order to save and to avoid the pitfalls of tax issues.
Oh, that's huge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that we need to go into taxes.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. But usually you learn them real fast.
That's it. Well, you can learn them the easy way or the hard way, and you better learn from someone else's mistakes is what I recommend.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do it yourself.
No. So, all right. Where does the drive come from? How did you get this inside of you, Jessica?
You know, I have a passion to help people and to inspire them. And I think I'm getting more energy nowadays. And that's why at some point I'm still in production. My goal hopefully is that by around May, I can pull myself out. And I really get more energy even lately seeing my team succeed and seeing how excited they get about things and how they can look at things differently with just a few tweaks of a conversation. And I love inspiring them to do that, to be honest with you. And the drive really comes from, I've never wanted to have to rely on anybody else for anything, if I could help it. And so I wanted to be the one that was able to provide for whoever I could. And my husband has always been the biggest support to me. And he used to be the provider, and he did well. However, he's also a wonderful guy that's perfectly comfortable with me taking the reins, because the thing he does best is make me shine.
Yeah. Well, and y'all seem to have an amazing partnership. You talked about how you have date night and things like that. And that takes effort, work, and a partnership, a true partnership.
Yeah. Yep. It's huge.
Yeah.
I think the other thing, when you have somebody that supports you and that is there for you, it really changes everything, whether it's your kids or whether it's your significant other, whoever it is. But just knowing you have those little cheerleaders in the background. Yeah. My kids watch everything we do as a couple and as a team, and we actually get them involved with things that we do on the team. So if we're doing our client appreciation events, they're there, or they're helping us hand out pies, or they're at the Polar Express when we bring our clients for Christmas, or, you know, but they make it a point to be there. They see when I do my gratitude and affirmations every morning, and they write them down.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
So it's cool.
Yeah. My soon to be 11-year-old now journals because she sees
them
all the time.
That would make an amazing little human.
Absolutely. That's the goal.
Good job, Mom.
Okay. Thanks. So, where is Jessica going to be in 5 years?
Hopefully, I intend to start a coaching company for outside small business owners, to have my team running at the 7th level with amazing people covering expansion through multiple states, as well as the state of Connecticut. We will be the top team in the state of Connecticut out of every company. Awesome. And I'm really looking forward to starting my nonprofit.
Ooh, what's the nonprofit?
It's going to be more of a general, not so specific, so that we can help more people. But the nonprofit, the foundation that we want to set up, I've been partnering with a nonprofit organization I just started with called Amy's Angels. And I'm working with them, and I intend to still work with them when I start my own as well. However, they basically help anybody in need. So what happens is if somebody has cancer and they can't make their mortgage payment, or somebody's a single parent and, you know, they need a wheelchair for their kid, or whatever it is, it's based on a bunch of different criteria, but it's not, you know, too many of the nonprofits have one specific thing, and there's all these rules and guidelines, and sometimes it's very hard to get. They want to do as much good as they possibly can. So they create a bunch of charity organizations and fundraisers to do this. They have a Kentucky Derby party. They have, I think they're starting to do a, like a roulette kind of night and a poker night and that kind of thing too. So, you know, it's really fun stuff that they can help more people throughout the state of Connecticut. And it's need-based, but there's a ton of other criteria that comes into it. So, and it's not limited to one type of illness or one type of tragedy or anything like that, but it's to bring a little sunshine to everybody. So they do grants as small as 100 up to 50,000.
Right. I love that. I love the giving. That's so huge to me.
It's huge, and it's the way we need to teach our kids to be too, in my opinion. I think we need more kind people that learn how to give themselves.
Absolutely. We are the model in all respects.
Yep. So that's the
awesome. Well, Jessica, I know you're busy because you're on day 2 of returning from vacation of over a week. Yeah. And you are a mega agent running a huge team, and you've been a huge blessing to us today as well. So thank you so much for your time. And I'm sure you're reading everyone's comments, and they are loving you so much. And thank you so much for sharing. Yes.
Anytime if you guys have questions about anything, or if I can help you with time blocking or mom guilt or anything, believe me, I've been there. I know it. I've experienced it. I'm happy to help. Feel free. You can email me or message me on Facebook too. I'm pretty quick on that.
Well, and I so appreciate you participating at such a high level and giving back in so much. And thank you so much, Jessica. You've been amazing.
Well, thanks for having me. You're kind of the bee's knees too. They're just a group.
No. It's a group effort for sure.
Right.
Okay.
All right,
my friend. To see you at Union.
I will see you. Hey, and by the way, for all of you watching, and for you, Claire, if you're not yet on and you're a KW agent, hopefully, join us too. If you're not in the other group, the Profit Share Mastermind group, I actually run that group with Aaron Kaufman. So join on Facebook too. You get a ton of great ideas on how to build a legacy for your kids through Profit Share, and how to do the right things about, you know, leaving it to them and what you're going to do with it. So I would do that as well.
Absolutely. Done. Thank you so much. You have a great Thursday.
Thanks. You too. Take care. Bye, everybody. Thanks for watching.